YouTube, what's up? Romeo the Retro God back with another review for you guys, and today we're gonna be reviewing the Air Max Speed Turf. Perfect. One of the illest hybrid crossover shoes for football that's ever been released. Don't miss a second. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and we're gonna get right into it, man. I love these shoes, man. I love the cushioning on these shoes. I love the setup. I love the traction, the colorway. Everything is straight fire. As usual, let's take a look at the box first. Boom! So right away, we got this orange Nike box. As usual, nothing special, as with most Nike releases nowadays. Official colorway is University Red Black. Pretty simple. Suggested retail price is $140 US. Standard shoe paper. Messed up as usual. Boom! Damn, and as I must say, what a crazy silhouette that this shoe has, man. I love the overall design, the lines of this shoe, and look at that padding. Oh my God, it's so good. The original shoe released in 1995, and they re-released the silhouette for 2018. This is the first colorway to re-release in the University Red. I thought this was so fire, I had to get it the minute I saw it, man. Super impressed with Dan Marino's signature. And yes, this is Dan Marino from Miami Dolphins' signature shoe. In case you guys wondered, yes, it is not Deion Sanders PE like most people think. It's actually Dan Marino from Miami Dolphins. So if you see these on foot, make sure you run up. Every time I think of Dan Marino, I think of that Ace Ventura movie that he was in. It's a true retro in my account. Any shoe that comes from the 90s usually set up pretty different than 2000 or 2000 and beyond shoe. So this shoe actually dropped in 1995 originally and was re-released in 2018. I believe this is the first colorway to re-release for 2018. I'll be reviewing a couple other colorways as well, seeing as how this is my favorite shoe. I have a couple of different colorways, man. I mean, you gotta double up or triple up when you find something you like. So anyways, yes. Originally released in 1995 and was made to be a crossover shoe, made to run on AstroTurf and to be used for training and playing in football, for football players. This has also been seen on the basketball court as well, so some of your favorite NBA players also are enjoying the shoe clearly. The design and traction is waffle, so obviously it's meant to give you great traction on AstroTurf, and as we know, waffle is a staple, and it's one of the first actual really functional traction designs. Now, if you notice, the shoe features a suede nubuck upper. It also has mesh as well, and it helps with breathability. I do like the way that the shoe has been designed with all of these nubuck panels. As you can see, the shoe also features this midfoot strap that is also very functional. It helps to lock down the shoe and really give you some great support, because we all know football players be running up out their shoes, man. The mans are so fast, all that juking and crazy side movement, man. Some of these shoes be coming off their foot mid-stride, you know what I mean? You can't be having that. Some of you guys might say, what the hell is the point in putting the strap on the middle of the shoe? What's the strap for? A lot of football players actually tape their shoes together, which is why he was so adamant about having a midfoot strap design on his version of the DTs. Now, these aren't the Air Max DTs, they're the Speed Turfs, but clearly Dan Marino wanted the same feature. He knew that the midfoot strap would make a huge difference in the lockdown of the shoe. You'll also notice that there is an insane amount of Nike branding. So you have check marks and Nike branding all over the shoe. You have one at the top of the ankle section. You have your Nike branding on the middle of the midsole, as well as Air branding on the side of the toe box. You have a Nike symbol on the top of the shoe strap, as well as you have a Nike sign on the very back of the shoe, as well as the heel tab. Then you have another Nike sign right at the top of the ankle as well on the inside. You have a Nike check mark on the tongue of the shoe as well. And you have Nike on the inside. You also have a Nike check right on the front of the toe box as well. So I think Nike did a pretty good job of branding themselves. You also have a Nike check mark on the bottom of the sole as well. Like, I don't know how many Nike checks that is. They wanted to leave no mistake that this shoe was a Nike shoe. Nike clearly did a really good job of branding themselves. Kudos to them, man. I mean, some people like the over Nike branding and some people don't like it at all, man. I understand. I personally like the check mark. Let's move on. We have this red nubuck upper as well as black suede nubuck panels on the side of the shoe leading around to the ankle. Design features of the shoe are actually pretty cool, man, and here's some of what I like about 90s shoes. Now, I know you guys are gonna have a hard time seeing it, but the thickness of the materials on the shoe, whoo, they don't do that no more. They don't be making them like they used to. Nike, good job, Nike. I'm feeling this. Each cut is actually super thick, so they didn't skimp on the product here. They gave us that work. Man, I gotta say, in 2020, Nike don't usually be giving you them premium materials, man, but that a boy, Nike, that a boy. They did it here. There's leather, suede, nubuck, mesh, everything is in this shoe. That's why this is one of my grails. This shoe right here, one of my grails right here. First thing is the amount of padding. The padding in this shoe is second to none. I mean, look at how much cushioning there is. That's what I'm talking about, man. When you're talking about padding and ankle support, boy, these shoes are packed with cushion. I mean, the cushioning setup is so amazing that you are going to feel like you're walking on clouds. When you put these shoes on, it feels like, man, you wearing pillows, bro. I love, first of all, the way these shoes fit. Sizing, I would highly suggest if you're a wide footer that you guys go up half a size. Me personally, I am size 10 and these are a size 10 and a half because of the extra cushioning. It can use up a little bit of extra room. Going up half a size is generally a good rule of thumb with these shoes, just because they have so much extra padding, but trust me, it's all well worth it, man. Outsole, we have this wonderful wonderful traditional waffle design. Now, for those of you who know where the waffle design came from, it's actually one of the first traction patterns, if not the first traction pattern Nike ever developed. Came out way back in the day, and of course it's obviously still functional because they're using it in today's tech, so that's obviously amazing. We have a Nike check mark and we have a black panel mixed with some red panels here, but for the most part the traction is all waffle, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. It obviously worked for many years. So they actually made the rubber from the outsole wrap up around the Air Max unit for extra stopping power, and it'll also help to protect the air unit as well. Pretty cool feature. As you'll notice, the outsole actually wraps up behind the Air Max unit for extra protection when you're heel striking. So as a football player, when you're running, sometimes you gotta stop on a dime, and having that extra bit of rubber on the outsole wrapping around the air unit probably helps to protect the air unit, but also it helps for a little bit of traction when you are stopping, you know, and that's gonna make a huge difference, especially on slippery grass, man. I mean, it is what it is. We don't all play in perfect conditions, so I thought that's an interesting design element. Pretty much designed for grass and astroturf, so it's not your average running shoe, it's not your average training shoe. It's actually made and designed to be functional for football players. It released on August 23rd, 2018, and was one of the few re-releases of this silhouette that Nike decided to drop. I will be reviewing the other colorways pretty shortly, man, because this is one of my favorite shoes of all time, bruh. We have a red midsole and it's mixed in with some black panels on the side. You have your Nike branding, as I mentioned before. You have a 360-degree max air unit, very functional, great for heel striking, great impact protection. They use a lot of foam in the shoe, so I don't really have a problem when I'm running. We have your mesh panels that lead up into the strap. I just love the lines of the shoe. I love the way, even the way the lace loops have their own panel. Now if I open up the strap and undo the strap, and as we have here another Nike branding right there, as well as you can see, we have your lacing system, which is pretty standard, nothing special, normal laces. Although I will say the construction of the lace loop area is pretty solid, made with black nubuck. Now, if you look at the tongue, it's very big and it allows a lot of room for you to get your foot in the shoe. You have your Nike branding on the tongue as well as the football, because obviously Dan Marino's a football player. The tongue is made of a sort of a neoprene on the inside, and the outside is a suede nubuck as well. Phenomenal for actual shoe comfort and for high wearability. I can wear these all day without getting foot fatigue. There are some leather pieces of this shoe just outside of this lace loop area where the suede nubuck is. So this is actually leather, this inside area, this piece leading on the inside strap. So this is leather, this area here. This is nubuck, and this is your ballistic mesh. Great for breathability, helps the shoe breathe, also helps the shoe have a little bit of flexibility as well. So this material here, I don't know if it's 100% leather or if it's plastic, but it feels of a higher quality than the rest of the shoe around it. So that's kind of what the shoe's made of. Synthetic leather, suede nubuck, and you got your mesh on the inside for breathability as well. Jeez, I mean, like, bro, when you're talking about how, like, that's tight right there. I like that. Your ankle ain't going nowhere. If you break your ankle and knees, you wasn't deserved to play in the first place. Some design features that I am not exactly happy with are the toe box. As you can see on the toe box, it has this amazing circle kind of pattern, and you have your nubuck underneath, and it kind of gives an interesting design to the toe box. The only problem though is, as I notice as I wear the shoe, there's not any defined creasing areas. What they usually like to do with shoes nowadays is they'll add an area of the shoe where they know there's going to be flex, and with these shoes they don't seem to have designed anything with that in mind. So the problem is as you wear these shoes, the toe box gets mashed up. I ain't even gonna lie, the toe box ain't gonna last on these. Go and get yourself some shoe shields and to help to keep the toe box in shape. Like, if you have 11s, you already know what I'm talking about, man. That crease, once that crease is there, that's it. These shoes will never look the same again. I am obviously wearing these very sparingly. I'm gonna get a pair of shoe shields as well for these because they're almost at their limit already, man. They're already starting to break up, as you can see. The way the shoe is actually creasing, it kind of comes directly across in this manner, where really I want the creasing to kind of stay here or a little bit in here where most of the normal flex points for shoes are. See, that's why design elements are so important when you're designing a shoe, because once again, once that toe gets mashed up, the shoe never kind of looks the same. That's one design flaw that I'm not exactly super happy with, but I will say though, I am overall pleased with the aesthetics of the shoe. It is such a beautiful looking silhouette. I can't wait to see what else they come up with. Not all colorways are built the same. Some of them colorways are trash, I ain't even gonna lie, but this, whoo, dog, look at this, man. Any red and black oriented colored outfit, these are perfect for. Anytime I wear these shoes, people not only approach me, but they ask me, where the hell did these come from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just ask me, where the hell did these come from? These are available on StockX and GOAT, as you can imagine. Now, this colorway is getting pretty rare, I ain't even gonna lie, man. So this might be a bit pricey to find this exact colorway, but I do know that they have these shoes readily available for anybody that wants to go pick them up, man. I mean, if I was you, I'd get you a pair, because these disappear so quickly because people love this silhouette so much. You cannot hate on a shoe. Now, when I was in public school, man, I wanted the shoe with the strap so bad. When I first seen somebody come in, not necessarily with these shoes, but the first pair of Nikes I seen that had the strap, man, I was hooked, bro. I had to get me one. So I made sure when I became an adult, I found me a pair of shoes with a crazy strap. Now, Deion Sanders says with his shoes that he had to get a strap. He wanted to make a design for his shoes because he was running up out of his shoes all the time. He used to actually duct tape his shoes together, and that's how bad it is. So the functionality of this strap is actually really good, gives you great lockdown, and especially if you are playing football, you need that support, man. You can't be running up out your shoes when somebody's trying to tackle your ass. So Dan Marino was drafted in '83. He was the last pick of the first round of his draft. Unfortunately, Dan Marino never actually won a Super Bowl, but he is widely regarded as one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I mean, the guy has like dozens of records. Not everybody who wins the ring is GOAT. Also, he's 6'4", so I mean, if you're that big, you need a solid ass shoe, man. You can't be running around in none of them Kobe style lightweight stuff. Football players are built different, fam. Couple stats, he was a 5-time NFL passing leader. Passing yards, over 61,000. Dan Marino's remembered for his quick release and his powerful arm, man. I mean, Dan Marino also holds the record for most career victories without winning a Super Bowl. Now, I don't know if that's exactly a stat that you want, but I mean, it says something for the man's skill, right? He was inducted into the College Hall of Fame in 2003. Dan Marino was also named one of the top 100 football players of all time. Anybody familiar with the Dolphins versus Jets rivalry? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, man, if you guys rate Dan Marino or not, if he's your guy or if you hate him. So what do you guys think of this shoe? Do you think it's fire, cop, drop? What do you think, man? Is it worth the money? I think it is. I believe that this is one of the best built retros that's released today. Has all the design features of your common 90s retro, including super cushioning. The build quality is amazing. They did not skimp on any of the materials, I can tell you that. The shoe feels sturdy, premium, has a decent amount of weight, but it's also not too heavy. It's actually really great for running, provides great ankle support, has great heel cushioning, forefront cushioning. I mean, the thing's built to last, man. Even though the toe box does seem to get mashed up, the rest of the shoe stays amazing. It's easy to clean as well. I haven't had a problem with them really getting dirty. Couple wipes and they're good, fam. Other than that, if you're looking for a really solid shoe that most people don't really know what it is, this is definitely a good option, man. Them Dan Marinos are fire. Now, as I said, if it comes to the Dan Marino or the Deion Sanders, that's a hard one, dog. I've stood in my closet for several a day trying to figure out what to wear, the Dan Marino or the Deion Sanders. Now, they both have their own design issues and they're both football shoes. Which one is better? Maybe I'll do a comparison video later. But for now, that's pretty much all I have available now on StockX. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I will always be reviewing the illest retros available in the game. You already know that. That's why they call me the Retro God. I got another video coming for you guys. As usual, I drop weekly. This is Romeo, the Retro God. See you guys later.